chapter 20 verse 28. Matthew chapter 20 verse 28. And lastly, we have been promised the crowns. There are crowns that the Lord has promised us. There are crowns. The first crown is the crown of life. James chapter 1 verse 12. James chapter 1 verse 12. And the second crown is the incorruptible crown. 1 Corinthians chapter 9 verse 25. 1 Corinthians chapter 9 verse 25. And the second last is the crown of righteousness, which is in 2 Timothy chapter 4 verse 8. And lastly, the crown of glory. The crown of glory, 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 4. As we have heard, I am withholding nothing. I am withholding nothing. I surrender all to God. Your breakthrough is in your hand. Your breakthrough is in your hand. Okay, your breakthrough is in you. You know, unezinto uThixo xa usindiswayo aye athi ziziyeke okanye athi sometimes nikela ngazo ezinye zazo. Sometimes akuba uThixo akafuna usinike izinto, but ndifuna understand le nto loba le nto ivalele le nto uThixo afuna ukunika yona yile isesandleni sakho, which is why ndisithi your breakthrough is in your hand. And le nto uyibambileyo athi uThixo nikela ngayo incinci compared to what God has for you. If you look at this bottle, the container is big, but the cap is small. So that means if ever I put an effort and I decide to open this cap, I remove this cap, what is inside this cap is bigger than the cap. What is inside this bottle is bigger than this cap. So I want to tell someone who's sitting and also myself that when the Tito Ati Miguel Angayo, give it away because he has something big for you. I remember the past few days, ufika umuntu umbalisela into yoba umbalisela into yobana ufumene umsebenzi. He's been praying about the job and balisele ke okay ngivuye naye. And then when I was in the bathroom, then the Spirit of God laid something in my spirit. Indobana, I should take this person and go and celebrate what God has done for him. So ndikomba, okay, this is for rain. But ndikomba, okay, let me decide to obey the voice that I'm hearing. Okay, ndamxelela like cha bengafuna umjampisela. Then I said, ngicela sihambe sike siphuma Charis, kodwa ngifuna siye khona. And then saphuma sayongena ke estairs. Safika ke stairs sa order and then ndamxelela. And then ndithe xa ngifika stairs, I've been waiting for my IntelliPin, which is ngosihambayo apha endleleni ndiyamxela ndithi yo uThixo ingase akandibonise nje pin noba imessage akandibonisa but angibela ndibonise nje. And then sithe xa sihlala phansi, the pin was there, the message was there. So what you are holding, lento nayo uThixo akunike yona, release it, because la mali ndiyisebenzisileyo imali ebendizawugoduka ngayo. But ndiyena nento ethi ngoba Thixo kusitsho wena, I will do it. So lento ibambileyo, release it, because your breakthrough is in what you are holding. Release what you are holding. Lento uyiphetheyo athi uThixo isuse, its time has come to an end. God wants to release something. If you want to see God breaking through for you, release what you are having in your hand, because your breakthrough is in your hand. Your breakthrough is in what you are carrying. Umhlambi le 10 rand uyiphetheyo athi uThixo nikela ngayo, your millions are in that 10 rands. Give give away what God says you must give away. But ndicela ube very wise when it comes to this, when it comes to giving. Don't release something uthixo angachongo uba irelease. Release emntwini because uyamsizela, because there's nothing that is going to happen because uyenza out of your own will. Yes, ibonakala inhle yona, but take heed of the voice of God. Your breakthrough is in what you are carrying. And lastly, I want to advise someone who says, I want to be influential. Last year I was meditating on something, Matthew 28. Love iti, go therefore and make disciples of nations. But in that reason, if ever we are not disciples, how are we going to make disciples? Because you first must be a disciple, and then you go and make a disciple. You must first be made to be a disciple. So it is very good to walk with integrity if you want to have an influence. What does integrity mean? There is that word integer, integrity, which is integer. It means wholeness. That means as a person who wants to have an influence, be whole. Suba divided. Suba ngomnyumtu kowenu, ube ngomnyumtu enkonzweni, ube ngomnyumtu esikolweni. Be that same person, no matter how much it costs you, but be that same person for the sake of God. Be that whole person for the sake of God. Suba ngabantu ababini ngomnye, suba ngabantu abathathu omnye. And I want to show you that uthixo akajongi ngokujonga kwethu. Tina, when we look at you, we might think that you are bold enough to work for God, but God looks at your heart. God knows a person who has a heart that is whole. God knows a person that has a heart that is divided. And second last, in fact lastly, for the last time, I've noticed something that Anthony Soni, you must be very strategic, because the devil is very strategic. If ever you are going to go somewhere in Dawena Kwabantu, whether it's your home, wherever you go, make sure that you are sure that kulanda uzoya kuyo awuzogunyelelwa, but you will rise above them. Bazoba nalento nayo nawe. Whenever I go at home, kunento ndayenza nafuna siba, okay, if ever ndiyagoduka abantu basekhaya basiswanga, so that means I'll be drained. So ndaqonda mandibafake emthandazweni, somewhere somehow bazode bangena. So ndimane ndiyenza ke lonto, until now it is them who say we must pray. So if ever uyazazi xa usiya endaweni uzofike wogqunyelelwe, don't waste your time going there. But yiye endaweni oyaziyo uba uzovele uzofika kuvakala uba obukhona. We are living in the last days. Don't pay unnecessary costs. Don't go in a place that will destroy you, whereas you know that place is not right for you. Go in a place oyaziyo bana when I come out of that place ndizawuphuma ndingomnyumtu omtsha. And each and every day make sure that you are moving from one step to another. There is one thing I told myself, that no matter how many times I fail, I will stop crying, because I cried a lot. I will stop crying. Whatever I lose, I will not cry, because whatever I lose now, let it be for the glory of God. I've been tired of crying, because I realized that compared to what God is doing in Bologna. I want you to understand that God in you is greater than what you are facing. God in you is greater than the things they make you complete. There's nothing that will ever make you complete except God.